in the thoughtless state, staying in I am, so to speak, staying with selfless self through mantra, inviting that attention. That's all that can be done. Yeah. Invite the attention of the invisible listener that you are ultimate truth. And all of this, and the same can be done, going to a church and when they're singing and dancing and all this kind of stuff, it's the same thing, because it's inviting the attention of the invisible listener. Like in the Bible, it talks about whenever two or more are gathered in my name, there I am, or I am there, or something like that. Yeah. That's the reason, because there's devotion to the selfless self.
Right.
It's worshiping itself as other through form, worshiping itself in a formless state that it's sensing and noticing.
Yeah.
But all it is there to do is invite the attention, which is all that can be done. Inviting the attention that accept your selfless self, there's no God, no Brahman, no Atman, no Paramatman, no Master, because these are all labels and all concepts that can take you down rabbit holes. To say that I am God, number one, I have to form something that says I am God, and then there are concepts and beliefs with what is God and how am I God. But if I know that nothing is there and all of these labels are labeling that invisible, anonymous, unidentified identity, then there's no concepts. How can I be the invisible, anonymous, unidentified identity? Well, these are all in negative terms. Saying I am God, I am Brahman, I am a master, all of these are trying to add concepts. They're in a positive sense. But like Maharaj says, how were you prior to 100 years? I don't know. That's a negative pointing to a positive. I don't know how I was 100 years prior to this. I was in a formless state. I didn't have this. Without this body, I wasn't in this body form 100 years ago. So I don't know how I was. And that's the negative pointing to a positive, rather than I am Brahman or I am God or something like this. And to repeat in the mind, I am Brahman, that's okay. That's like Maharaj says, Am Brahmasmi or Shivoham or any of these. But that's not to say, you're not declaring anything. You're trying to invite the attention of the invisible listener. You're not making a declaration that I am Brahman. Because otherwise, exactly, that's the egoistic sense of self claiming that I am Brahman. It's not for that. It's only to invite the attention of the invisible listener. The Aham Brahmasmi, the Shivoham, is not saying I am God, or is not like that. It's inviting the attention of the invisible listener that has been labeled as God, that has been labeled as Brahman. That formless sense of presence. And once you know yourself in a real sense, that formlessness, if you're formless and the master's formless, there could be no separation. And like Nisargadatta Maharaj says, it's not that I know myself and that you are not. It's because I know myself that I know there's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, you are not the condition of me knowing myself. Once I know myself, that's why all the masters say, don't bother about others. Because knowing yourself, there will be no others. You will see this. Because that selfless self, all we can do is invite the attention. And that selfless self then sees. It's just a simple seeing that this that's appearing on my spontaneous presence cannot be myself.